Alright, boils and ghouls, happy new year to everybody. It is now 2024. David Lynch is still happening all month. After that, it's going to be Mystery Channel from now on because I can't plan for shit. A lot of it has to do with just the mood that I'm in every night when I watch something. And if I make a plan to watch something, and then that time comes and I'm just not in the mood for that movie anymore, it just doesn't happen. And this is why you get random shit like this. Ghoulies from 1985. Now, I've been on a big full moon kick, like upstate here for the holidays. I don't know what it is. And this is kind of full moon adjacent. I mean, Charles Band was going to direct this when Stan Winston was supposed to do the effects work, and then Winston backed out, so Charles Band backed out. But we have Richard Band writing the score here with, I forget the other person. We have the effects by John Carl Buechler, who's always great to see his effects work. I really like the effects of the Ghoulies in here, and this isn't a big series that I love or anything. I haven't seen this movie in a long while. But I just did one of those name the horror movies from just a screenshot, and I randomly picked those, and I picked Ghoulies too. I said, it's been forever since I've seen these, and here we are. Interesting with this movie that this came out the same year Gremlins did, or was in production the same year that Gremlins did, and I think it had like a delayed production, so Gremlins got released first. But they actually tried suing the people involved with Ghoulies to not use the name because it's too similar to Gremlins and the idea was too similar, but they lost that whole lawsuit. So I can see where they're coming from. I mean, obviously they're little puppets, but they're little creatures and stuff just like Gremlins, so I can see the similarities, but the stories are totally different. And before Steven Spielberg came in and was attached to produce Gremlins, Joe Dante's script was a lot darker. And it was more gore, and it was a much darker film. So this is kind of good, in my opinion. This is like the darker Gremlins that we didn't get. It's much, are you serious? Much lower budget. But when you know that and you accept that, you know it's like a B horror movie from the 80s. Especially that it's related to Full Moon and Charles Band and Empire and all those people who will work together that eventually went on to Full Moon. You know what to expect. So let's talk Ghoulies from 1985. Plot synopsis, though, if you haven't seen Ghoulies, it's about this man who inherits his father's house that his father used to conduct like satanic rituals and bring demons forth to our world and stuff in the fucking basement of this house. And he inherits it after his father dies, and his girlfriend comes to live with him, and he gets sucked into the whole occult stuff that happens at this house. That's basically all you need to know. One thing I really like about this movie is the atmosphere. Like, this house isn't too creepy, but the basement, like in the cellar that he does all these satanic rituals and stuff, it has great atmosphere to it. I'm pretty sure, it's like I said, been a while. I don't know if they go anywhere else, maybe once or twice quick, but most of this is all one location, like in the house. And that's something that Full Moon went on to do pretty well in a lot of movies. I just rewatched Demonic Toys too. Thought the same thing during that. Like, it mostly takes place in this, I don't know, like old church or something like that, historical building, but it creates a very good atmosphere and a creepy atmosphere. They're very good at doing that. So we have the intro here with the father of the main character before he dies, doing the satanic ritual with the baby in the cellar of this house. Now, I don't know what it is with satanic cults and stuff like that, but like, he's wearing this crazy getup with like ears that come off of it, and they're all dressed in white and stuff. Like, do they just do this because they think it looks cool? Because they're not filming it for anybody. So it's not like they're trying to like look eerie or anything like that for anyone but themselves. So, I mean, like, does it help the ritual is my point in any way? The way that they're dressed, or are they just dressing like that because he thought it was a cool outfit? Then he has, like, the green eye effect, which looks just bad in every full moon type. I know I keep saying full moon, even though this isn't a full moon picture, because it didn't exist yet. I mean, this was produced by Empire, which was Charles Band's company before Full Moon. And like I said, his brother does the composition and stuff. So it is within the realm of Full Moon. And there's a lot of Full Moon movies that use just that stupid green eye effect, and it never looks good. And it doesn't look good here. The only Full Moon picture I can think of with the green eyes that I think actually looks cool is the original Demonic Toys on the kid. Because, let's be honest, that kid actor, he's a fucking super genius. That kid gives such a great performance in Demonic Toys with the creepy old voice like they dubbed in. He did such a great job. If you haven't seen Demonic Toys, check out Demonic Toys. Or just check out my video discussion on Demonic Toys. Probably just as enjoyable, maybe a little less. And we have two very notable actors in here. One who was already very established. We have the great late Jack Nance, frequent collaborator with David Lynch. Hey, see, we tied into David Lynch. He's great in this. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, if I remember, but I remember him playing a wacky character, and he does that very well. And then we have Mariska Hargitay in her first movie role, but she went on to play Olivia on Law and Order SVU. So, I mean, she did a lot better shit after Ghoulies. So we have Satanic Father, who is about to sacrifice his son Jonathan, and his mother is in the satanic cult, but then she has a last minute regret, I guess, and she goes and puts a protective thing, like a talisman, over the baby's neck. And then Malcolm ends up saying, all right, you're going to take his place. And he ends up sacrificing Jonathan's mother while Jack Nance, I forget his name in this, it's something wacky, I know that, Wolfgang. His name is Wolfgang. So Wolfgang escapes with baby Jonathan. And then we flash forward 25 years later, and he ends up inheriting this house. You know, the girlfriend of Jonathan reminds me of in this movie. It's not her. I can't think of either actress's names. But Julia from Hellraiser looks like a little bit of a younger version of her. Again, not her. Looks like her, though. In the 25 years that's passed, Wolfgang, he just gave up completely. He don't shave no more. He's got a big-ass beard, uncut hair. He looks like a bum. While I'll say that I don't remember, and I can see already, there's not really any good acting in this movie. It's not bad. Jack Nance is his wacky self as usual. That's fine. But the main guy who plays Jonathan, he does a pretty damn good job in this movie. I think he has the best performance by far. When he gets into the satanic rituals and everything, again, with the stupid green eyes, it's dumb, but his delivery of the lines and his, like, yelling and stuff like that, he really sounds like a mad person. And, like, he pretty much nailed the role here. Another fucking rat jump scare. It's been a while, though. It's been a while since I've seen one. Now, I say this very often. These are my nope moments in movies. He inherits his father's house, right? Wolfgang is his only family that he has because his mother was sacrificed at the beginning, so he doesn't have a family. He goes down after checking out the house. House looks nice. Goes downstairs to the cellar, and it just looks like the stereotypical version of a satanic fucking cellar. It's full of black magic and candles and crazy books on the occult and stuff. It's not like you get your father's house and you go down to the basement, you find a bunch of porn and you say, like, man, the old man was into some weird shit. This is the moment when you say, I don't know what he was into, but it wasn't good. I'd move out of the house that day. But I mean, he's fine with it, I guess. Actually, the acting's a little better than I remember. And the friends that come over, that he invites over, they're pretty funny. There's some funny lines from them. So, a lot better than I remember. So Jonathan invites all his friends down to the Doom Cellar. And apparently he already knows how to do, rituals and stuff. Without reading anything, he took one glance at a book when he first came down. That's it. And he just knows how to perform a fucking ritual. He tells them all, and this just shows alcohol, wine, whatever, can get people to do anything. It can get you to summon demons. That's the power of alcohol. He tells him to draw chalk on the floor, to make a pentagram, and to put a candle at north and south of the circle. He knows what he's doing already. So obviously they all think this is ridiculous after nothing happens, and they go back upstairs to party with more wine. But It did work. And now, Ghoulies are loose. Yeah, that's my horror voice. Now, the look of the Ghoulies, it's like they look fucking awesome. Like, they really do. The main green one with the sharp teeth, and then there's like the furry one, and then there's like the fat one. Really cool designs. Now, I remember, I don't think if I ever saw Ghoulies 4, but I know I've seen 2 and 3. Don't they talk in 3? They go to like a fucking college and they speak? I don't like that. Like, what's that about? I like when they don't talk in the very beginning here. The first 2 movies. That's a lot better. Having them like speak, like it's actual like dialogue. It's not like little like gremlin talk when like they're communicating. No, they're full on speaking. I don't like that in the Ghoulies movie. So this genius is gonna quit school for the semester to focus on the house. He wants to fix the house up, make it look real nice, but really he's getting sucked into the whole occult activity, and he starts getting consumed by its power, and then he gets green glowing eyes that look just as dumb as before. And as cool as the Ghoulies look, you'd think you'd want to summon some better demons, right? Like, if you were to the occult and you wanted beings to do your bidding, I mean, yeah, they can bite you. I mean, that's about it. I'm pretty sure we see it, like the second one, that one just gets pulverized and smushed. So you can just step on the fucking things. I don't know. Then we see something very strange in a little bit that he summons that makes no sense to me. Almost like he's summoning from the mediocre Book of Demons. But cool scene when he finds the Ghoulies and he introduces himself as their master and that they have to do his bidding, and then he asks if they understand and agree, which, I mean, they do kind of shake their heads, but they don't talk in these. So, I mean, he doesn't know what the fuck they really said, right? I mean, they could have just been saying, like, yes, sir, master, until we decide to kill you, and then he agreed. So now he has, like, a spiritual contract with them. Call me insane. As great as this scene looks, when he's got the white robe on again, for who? Does it help? I don't know. He has it on, he's drinking from a goblet, he's screaming and trying to summon Azeroth and other demons, and that's a badass name. I'm pretty sure it's an actual demon name. Be cool if we got to see him instead of what we get in a few seconds. But he starts doing all this, and wind, and it's raining in the cellar. How? Why is it raining? What's making it rain from the ceiling? There's no way they designed a hole in the ceiling above that altar, because the fucking cellar would flood, like, on a very rainy night. So where the rain came from, I have no clue. Oh, so that talisman that he got put around him when he was an infant and snuck away by Jack Nance, he ends up giving the talisman to his girlfriend. She ends up putting it around her neck. He says, never take it off. And he does love her. He does care about her in this movie. Even though, like, he brainwashes her at some point and stuff, but, like, he's getting consumed by this evil. The good side of him really does care for her, and I like how they handle that. But during the whole rainstorm sacrifice, whatever he's doing, she comes down and catches him. And I don't know what's worse, if you catch your significant other, like, fucking somebody else, or if you catch him conducting a satanic ritual. And neither are good, I promise you that. And it just shows how much he's getting consumed by this. Because after apologizing to her, after being caught, they have makeup sex, but he drew a fucking circle and chalk onto the bed. So he's trying to perform another ritual. And she realizes it after he starts chanting in Latin, which is probably not the best bed talk. And she freaks out. Says, I'm done with this. It's over. And storms out, which I can't blame her. This is the dumbest shit in this movie by far. Like I said earlier, you'd think summon better things than the Ghoulies. But at least they're cool looking. And yeah, this is me suspending disbelief enough to believe Ghoulies is a thing, but what the hell are these? And could someone please tell me who thought this was a good idea so I can find their address and spam them with Jehovah's Witnesses? And why do they look like they belong in a medieval midget times? Of all the things to summon, he summons medieval dwarfs to do his bidding. I don't know, man. I like how he's just chilling, reading a book on a normal day, and one of the Ghoulies is sitting right there like he's reading the story to him or something. That's great stuff. So she comes back, Rebecca, the girlfriend, That's her name, though. She keeps forgiving him for a lot of shit. And then she goes to storm out again. So he has the two medieval dwarfs put some type of spell on her that makes her compliant, and she just says, "Oh, sorry, Jonathan, I love you." And like now she's brainwashed. How that it works, fuck if I know. So he wants ultimate power and knowledge. That's basically what Jonathan wants to seek from summoning all these things, and he's trying to summon stronger demons and shit. So he brings all his friends back over and has them all wear glasses they can barely see out of, while ghoulies are chilling in the food on the table, and they're like about to hit it with their spoons, and the guy says like, "What's with these glasses? I can barely see what I'm eating." You don't notice there's a small moving creature like in your potato salad you're scooping out of like currently? Come on, man. Come on. Are you serious? What is that? But then he brainwashes all of them and has them come down to the cellar to do this ritual that'll bring him more power and knowledge. Which, why didn't he just brainwash him before? Like, why have the glasses for them to put on so they can't see the ghoulies? Why not brainwash them before that so that if they see the ghoulies, they're not going to remember any of this? None of this makes sense. And he took a lot of time, too. He dressed them all in white sheets. I don't know if maybe he told them, like, get dressed up in these white sheets, or if they're in such a trance that he had to go around and put them on each one of them. But this whole scene's great. Like I said, with his acting, he really nails this performance. Is just this power consumed guy just bleeding into the occult world, and his screams for power and summoning the gods or demons, whatever you want to call them. Great stuff from him. Wish it didn't have the green eyes, but what are you gonna do? And then after the whole ritual he does, they are right back at the dinner table. So they don't remember that they were even involved in a ritual. So his powers are growing. It's kind of like Mario after he eats a mushroom. Say what you will about Satanic Jonathan, he does have hospitality. After he made them all do the ritual that they'll never remember, he does offer them to stay the night. And that's when all hell breaks loose. You got one couple that goes outside and some of the ghoulies come out of the water in the fountain. That's a cool scene. There's no real gore or anything to the kills, and like I said, all they can do is bite, really. So they jump up, bite the guy's eye, they end up biting his girlfriend, killing the both of them. This is a cool scene here. We have, in that last ritual, he ended up accidentally resurrecting his father, who is a lot more powerful than him, and he shapeshifts, not really shapeshifts, it's the same shape, different gender, turns into a female. Hot female. This guy's coming down after just getting laid, and then he starts hitting on this woman, and she's hitting on him. Then her tongue comes out of her mouth and wraps around his neck and chokes him to death. For some reason, blood starts pouring out, but I mean, why? He's just getting suffocated and choked with a tongue, unless it's made of like razor wire. But it's a cool it's a cool scene. Cool kill. Then the dwarf midgets, whatever they are, they knock out another friend. For some reason, there's a clown in this that comes to life. I forget the reason why. Something to do with magic, like always. But there's a cool scene, great effects work by Beekler here, when the clown starts chasing after one of the girls, and a hand starts reaching out of the head of the clown, and it like breaks apart into the ghoulie. That's some great effects work there. Really good. Rebecca wakes up and she takes the talisman off. She thinks it's a dream and stuff. And then she realizes it's not a dream. And she tries to leave, and they get in a scuffle. She falls down the stairs and she's dead. So now he's heartbroken. So he's going to try to bring her back to life, reanimate her Jeffrey Combs style. Then we get, it's kind of anticlimactic, this movie, because then we just get this like Return of the Jedi, Emperor Palpatine versus Vader, like who's stronger magic-wise battle between the father and Jonathan ends up winning. The father is put back to rest, and all is well in Tinseltown. Rebecca's alive again, and poor Wolfgang came and saved the day and ended up dying. Pretty sure he died, right? The stoner dude who got whacked on the head by the midgets, he's still alive, and he was in the backseat of their car, so everything starts crumbling. They pack up. He's like, we're out. Drives off. Stoner friends in the back. But then There's some Ghoulies in the back behind him. That's the end. That's Ghoulies. Fun movie. The pacing is a little iffy here and there. But the next one, they go to a carnival, right? Which is ridiculous. So that'll be a fun one. That's the only time I can plan things. If I'm doing a series. Besides that, you never know what you're going to get. But I hope everyone had a great holiday. Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and a healthy, happy New Year to all. Let's kick off 2024. I'll talk to you guys soon, wherever you're from. Hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, or night. Take care, guys. And he has the two midget dwarfs. And he has the two dwarf... What the fuck do you even call them? So he has the two dwarf midget... I can't say both.